Hello guys, welcome to Data Hacks. In this video, I'm going to explain about Redux terminologies. So we have 5 important terminologies we have to learn before enter into the Redux. So let's start. First, we are going to see about action. An action is a plain JavaScript object that has type field. You can think of action as an event that describe something that happened in an application. For example, you can see here one object assigned to the variable and it has two values keys. First one is type. This will describe the action which will happen in Redux. And this payload is an optional one. So we call this object as an action. Using this, we will indicate the Redux what operation need to be executed. Next, we are going to see about reducers. Reducers is a function that receives the current state and action object, decides how to update the state if necessary, and return new state. You can think of reducers as an event listener which handle event based on the received action event type. For example, we can consider the reducer function and it has two parameters. One is state, another one is action. Let's see the example. Here you can see the function and you can see the state action. So with this action, the reducer will identify which operation should perform and it will return new data. So the value will be updated here. Next, I'm going to explain about store. The Redux application state lives in object called store. The store is created by passing in reducer and has the method called getState that return the current state value. Store is nothing but it is a global state. And if we want to get the value, we have to use the getState function. So we can see deeply in upcoming videos with practical demonstration. Dispatch. Redux store has method called dispatch. The only way to update the state is to call store.dispatch and pass an action object. The store will run its reducer function and save the new state value inside, and we can call getState to retrieve the updated value. Nothing but previously we see the reducers, so it will trigger the operation. So to trigger this particular function reducer, we will use dispatch. So this dispatch will pass the action, reducer will start to run, action will perform, and it will update the value in the store like here. So this store dispatch will trigger the reducer function. Inside this dispatch we will pass the action, and finally we can console the values. Next, I'm going to explain about selectors. Selectors are function that know how to extract specific piece of information from store state value. As an application grows bigger, this can help avoid repeating the logic as a different part of the app need to read the same data. So for example, we should call the particular data in multiple components, means we have to write a boiler code in multiple times. So to overcome this, we are creating one reusable function. This is called selectors. Here you can see the select counter value and the one function has been assigned, arrow function. So here we are getting, using this component we are getting the values, so we can use in multiple places also. In this way we can reduce the boilerplate. Next, I'm going to explain all these 5 terminology with a story so you can understand more exactly what them and how we can use in Redux. Here there is one bakery store. One consumer is coming and giving order to the shopkeeper. So this is an action. She mentioned certain order. So this shopkeeper will execute certain operation. So this order is considered as a action. In Redux, we will provide action in a object. Next, reducer. We can consider this shopkeeper as a reducer. After getting order, he will let know the consumer, like he has packed the order and he will give the order to the consumer. Like he will, likewise Redux will take the action and perform the operation and update the state value. Next, the shopkeeper will return the state. In the same way, Redux will update the new object. Next, we can consider the store. Here, if this consumer buying one cake means the number of cake will be reduced in the store and they need a money. So they need to store in a particular area. Otherwise, they are not handling in a centralized way. Then it will make a confusion and they can't identify the profits or loss. So in this way, the store will act as a centralized thing in a Redux. So there will be no confusion. Next, we are going to see about selector. Sometimes this consumer will forget to buy the products. So each time she can't go back and buy in the shop. Instead of that, if she call the shop and make the order, one person will provide. Right. So she forgot, now she is ordering. And from this store, delivery man will provide the product to her. So in the same way, each time while getting the values, we don't need to write our own code. We can write one component so we can use it multiple times. So these are the important terminologies of Redux. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe the YouTube channel.